we have with us Aman Jain, who is graduated from an IIT Kanpur and is one of the founding member of the Gnandan, and they have assisted more than 1 lakh students in getting an education loan for studying abroad. Again, one more pain point, Aman. If the student wants to switch the university from another after completion of first semester, so he depends on his education loan. So what are the things he should remember? Then how the banks are looking at this?
Right. So it's a very generic use case that people go abroad and they change the university.
Change the university.
Unfortunately, bank, when sanction a loan, they sanction it for one university.
Correct.
So let's say if you are going to Arizona State University today,
Yes.
right? And you are, while applying to the bank, you mentioned Arizona State University. So bank, in their mind, they know that this student is going to Arizona State University. He is taking money
This
for
tuition fees is this much, living cost is this much.
everything.
Then they take the project cost.
Yeah, everything they have evaluated basis that, right?
Yeah.
Now, tomorrow, you shift from Arizona State University to Northeastern University. Now, for bank, it is a bad thing.
Okay.
They won't say that, okay, hey, I will now give money to the Northeastern. They will say that you have to return me the money.
Okay.
You have to close the loan, right? And then maybe you can apply for another loan for the Northeastern. That's a separate thing. That is up to the bank whether, depending on why you're switching and everything. But it's not like once the loan is disbursed, the loan can't be transferred. If the loan is not disbursed, the money is not taken from the bank yet.
Okay.
And if you are changing the university, still it can be done. You will have to do certain process again, but then and obviously bank will look at the new university as well, the ranking of it, the course and everything. But if it is the same, bank will say, okay, theek, we approved your loan for Arizona, but now you are willing to go to Northeastern, which is equally good university. Okay, here is the new sanction letter for the Northeastern.
Okay. Again, they will change everything. Loan amount and everything.
Depending on the good next university is good.
Next university. Okay.
But after disbursement, it can't be done.
Okay. So how much the good university that you select?
Yeah. After disbursement, you will have to close the first loan, and then you will have to apply for a new loan for the second one.
Okay. But it's really difficult, right? Whenever the student has already studied first semester in USA, then again, beginning from the second semester, the banks never allow, I guess.
But it is, in the loan agreement, they are specifically writing that we are giving you money for Arizona State University. Right? And bank goes by the paper. They can't do this, that on the paper they are writing Arizona State University, and then they're transferring money to some other university. They can't do that.
Is it the same with the public banks and NBFCs?
It is same. It is just that in the NBFC it will be a bit easier to reapply and do all of that. Banks it will be a bit tougher, and specifically when you are abroad, it will be toughest with the banks, I would say. NBFCs it will be easier, but again in NBFC as well, you will have to close the first loan and then reapply for the second loan.
Okay, same. Does it have any impact on this future credit scores of the applicant or co-signer?
No, so if you are repaying, it won't impact. You can foreclose the loan. That is not being looked at as a very negative thing at the end of the day.
Okay.
So it won't impact your CIBIL in a very big negative way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is no much to be.
CIBIL wise, it won't, or credit wise, it won't impact much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aman, tell me two things. The students who wants to study abroad with an education loan.
Yeah.
Nagendar, these two things they must know. These two classes. I mean, these two are the dangerous classes which are there in an educational loan. They must know before they approve for an education loan. What are they?
So if I have to say two things, don't just blindly go and take loan from anywhere.
Okay.
That will be my first suggestion. What I have seen is people usually say, oh, my friend took the loan from there. I will take it from there.
Okay.
Right. What happens is, everyone's finances are different.
True.
Right. My finances are different. Your finances are different. Right. So for a student A, it can make sense to take a loan from bank A. But for a student B, it might not make sense to take a loan from bank A. I always say when you buy a mobile phone, You go, you check at your local 5 store what is the price, what is the discount you're getting. You check at Flipkart, you check at Amazon, you look for the sale. You do all that optimization. But when you are looking for a loan, people simply go at one place, apply and get it done with. So the dangerous thing with that is that you might end up taking a loan 1%, 2% higher than what you could have got in the first place. Now think about it. 40 lakh rupee loan. If you are getting a loan at a 2% higher rate, that is the interest of 80,000 rupees per year. If you are taking a loan for 5-7 years, so you are in total paying 4-5 lakh rupees extra to the bank. Right? If you are getting a loan which is higher rate as compared to what you could have got, right? So not comparing loan, not doing the financial planning is the biggest sin, because it can not only jeopardize you but your family as well, right? Your family financial situation might not be that. In future, you have to pay higher EMIs.
I mean, what they need to check exactly? Whether they need to check with the EMIs or a moratorium period, or what exactly they need to check?
It's not the one variable thing. You have to compare many aspects of all the options available. So typically speaking, you need to check interest rate, you need to check processing fee. Right? These are the two things that you need to check. That, okay, hey, what is the total? So there is this term called APR, annual percentage rate. So typically international lender, they talk in the terms of APR. The meaning of APR is that all the cost associated with the loan is being converted to one number. Right? So you need to compare the APRs. Now the Indian bank doesn't give APR, right? So there we come handy, we compare it, we help you comparing the options and say that, okay, hey, you can take this loan, you should not take this loan. Right? There are small other aspects as well that they need to check whether the interest rate is fixed or floating.
Variable.
Right? Whether I am supposed to pay anything while study or not.
Generally, how they used to give, Aman, whether it's a fixed interest rate or
usually it is floating.
Floating interest
majority
rate.
of the lenders,
majority of the NBFCs or public banks or secured or unsecured, irrespective of the anything, they'll go with the floating.
99% is floating. There is one lender in the market that currently offers fixed. Other than that, everyone offers floating. There is a company called Empower Finance. They give fixed. Now, I'm not saying fixed is bad. It depends on what your requirements are and at what time you are taking the loan. So, for example, right now, when the interest rates are higher due to the macro economic situation, if you are taking a fixed rate loan right now, you will be at loss because you are taking at the time when the interest rates are at the top high, right? Let's say a few years back, and in fact it was the case. SBI 3-4 years back used to give a fixed rate loan. And the SBI rate at that point was 8.79%.
For an education loan?
For an education loan. 3-4 years back. So take that as a fixed rate because that is the bottom. So if bank at that point in time saying that, hey, I am giving you a fixed rate loan of 8.7%, blindly take it. Right? So it depends on when you are taking, but usually floating is what banks